Hi, I'm Belinda, and welcome to Storytime with Belinda. Here, every story has a heartbeat, and each one is made to connect with you. Whether we're exploring a far off land or talking about something close to home, I hope you find a little piece of yourself in each tale. Let's get started, and thank you for being here. The Mystery of the Bélmez Face. In the small, sun-baked village of Bélmez de la Moraleda, nestled in the Andalusian hills of Spain, Maria Gomez Camara lived a quiet, unassuming life. A widow in her 50s, Maria's days were filled with routine, tending her modest home, exchanging pleasantries with neighbors, and cooking meals for her grown children who visited from time to time. But one summer morning in August 1971, a discovery in her humble kitchen would thrust her into the center of one of the strangest mysteries of the 20th century, a mystery that would baffle scientists, enthrall the media, and make her name synonymous with the paranormal. The morning had started like any other. Maria, a woman known for her tidiness, had just finished her daily sweeping of the kitchen floor when her broom caught on an unusual stain. It was an irregular patch, darker than the surrounding cement, but what made it remarkable was its shape. As Maria knelt to get a closer look, she felt a chill run through her. The stain bore the unmistakable outline of a human face. The face was crude yet eerie, its eyes deep-set, its expression solemn and mournful. Maria scrubbed at it with soap and water, then with vinegar and bleach, but the face seemed impervious to her efforts. Disturbed but not yet alarmed, she called her son Miguel for help. Miguel examined the floor, and though he was skeptical, the resemblance to a human face was undeniable. He fetched a pickaxe and, with Maria's reluctant permission, chiseled out the offending patch of concrete. They poured fresh cement, smoothing it carefully, and reassured themselves that the matter was resolved. But it wasn't. A week later, as Maria prepared breakfast, she froze in horror. The face had returned, more distinct than before, as if it had been watching and waiting. The reappearance of the face unnerved Maria, but she kept the matter to herself at first. However, it wasn't long before curious neighbors began to notice. One evening, over cups of thick coffee, Maria's closest friend, Rosa, asked about the rumors she had heard. "I don't know what it is," Maria admitted, her voice shaking. "I thought it was just a stain, but now it feels as if the floor itself is alive." Word spread quickly through the close-knit village. Soon, half of Bélmez had gathered in Maria's kitchen, peering down at the face. Some swore it changed expressions when they looked away. Others claimed it radiated an unexplainable sadness. The local priest was summoned, and he sprinkled holy water over the spot, murmuring prayers. But the face remained, undisturbed by divine intervention. Then, as if responding to the commotion, more faces began to appear. Some were faint and ghostly, others sharp and detailed, each unique in their expressions. They seemed to emerge and fade over time, as though the house itself was alive and restless. As the mystery deepened, a group of laborers digging a trench near Maria's home made a grim discovery: human bones buried deep beneath the property. The news sent shockwaves through the village. Could the faces be linked to these ancient remains? Maria's house, after all, was built on land with a history stretching back to medieval times, and some villagers whispered that it had once been the site of an old cemetery. A team of workers excavated further, uncovering more skeletal fragments. The bones were reburied in consecrated ground, accompanied by prayers for the dead. But if Maria and her neighbors hoped this would lay the matter to rest, they were sorely mistaken. The faces on the kitchen floor not only persisted, but seemed to grow bolder, appearing with greater clarity and frequency. By now, the phenomenon had attracted national attention. Journalists, scientists, and paranormal investigators flocked to Bélmez, eager to unravel the mystery. Maria, overwhelmed by the attention, reluctantly allowed visitors into her home, charging a small fee to control the growing crowds. Some skeptics accused her of orchestrating an elaborate hoax. They claimed she or her family must be painting the faces, but forensic tests found no traces of paint or dye. Others suggested pareidolia, the human tendency to see patterns, especially faces, in random shapes. Yet, even under strict conditions, with the kitchen floor sealed and monitored around the clock, new faces continued to emerge. Among the investigators were parapsychologists who believed the faces might be a form of psychokinesis, the projection of Maria's subconscious emotions onto the physical world. They argued that the faces were manifestations of her inner turmoil, a theory Maria vehemently denied. As the years passed, Maria's kitchen became a pilgrimage site. Tourists, journalists, and paranormal enthusiasts traveled from around the world to glimpse the Bélmez faces. Some claimed to feel an inexplicable presence in the house, as if unseen eyes were watching them. Others dismissed the phenomenon as nothing more than a cleverly maintained illusion. Maria herself remained a reluctant participant in the spectacle. She insisted she had done nothing to cause the faces and expressed a mixture of awe and frustration at the attention they brought. "I only wanted a quiet life," she once told a reporter. But the faces had other plans. After Maria passed away in 2004, the activity in the house diminished. Yet, occasional reports surfaced of faint outlines appearing on the floor, as though the spirits, or whatever force was at work, were not entirely at peace. Today, the Bélmez faces remain one of the most enigmatic phenomena in modern history. Were they the result of a hoax, an unexplained natural phenomenon, or a glimpse into a realm beyond human understanding? Despite countless investigations, no definitive answers have emerged. As the sun sets over the quiet village of Bélmez, Maria's house stands as a silent testament to its haunting past. The faces, whether a miracle, a mystery, or a masterful trick, continue to whisper their secrets to anyone brave enough to listen. And perhaps, in the flickering candlelight of an Andalusian evening, a new face is waiting to emerge, its expression hinting at truths we may never fully understand. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you had as much fun as I did. If you love this one, make sure to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new tale. Got a story idea? Drop it in the comments below. I'm always looking for new adventures to share. Until next time, stay curious and keep telling your own stories.